Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis reiterated in his national address yesterday that all returning Bahamians, residents and visitors by air or sea from overseas will require a negative RT-PCR COVID-19 test result from an accredited lab. Well, Elsabe Smunnings has more tonight.
The negative RT-PCR COVID-19 test from an accredited lab is the only way returning Bahamians, residents and visitors can enter the country now. Those test results must be taken no longer than 10 days before the travel date and must be submitted along with an approved health visa. Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis indicated in his national address that Bahamians and residents returning home who are not in possession of that negative RT-PCR COVID-19 test will be required to self-quarantine for 14 days via the Hubcat monitoring app.
At the end of the quarantine period via Hubcat or at the facility, COVID-19 testing will be required also at the traveler's expense. The government will not be responsible for arrangements with private employees. The quarantine period will be counted as vacation for public servants. If vacation time is not an option, the public servant's salary will be deducted.
Domestic travel continues, with passengers having to submit an electronic health visa before departure. Among penalties announced by the Prime Minister, any airline or commercial vessel that permits a passenger on board without the required health visa will be fined $500 per passenger. An airline or sea vessel operator will also be fined $500 if a passenger does not wear a mask and not possess a travel health card. Also, a COVID-positive patient will be fined $250 if they leave mandatory or self-quarantine without approval from the Ministry of Health.
It shall be an offense for a person to submit a falsified result of a COVID-19 diagnostic test or to undergo the test prior to his departure from the Bahamas and present the result of the test on his return to the Bahamas as though the test had been carried out in other jurisdictions. Such test only reflects the environment of the Bahamas and not the environment of the hotspot that you may have visited. Such persons are liable to a fine not exceeding $2,000 or 2 years imprisonment or both. Where a person knows or reasonably believes that he is infected with the COVID-19 virus and causes another to be exposed or infected, that person commits an offense and upon summary conviction is liable to a fine not exceeding $1,000 in respect to each person who has been exposed or infected.
Elsabe Smunnings, ZNS Network News.